Hello, grade 7. Today we are going to study sampling and populations. So we want to know how you are going to understand that the statics can be used to gain information about a population by examining a sample of that population. Samples are valid only if the sample is representative of that population. Understand that a random sampling can support valid inference about a population. So first we want to know the basic vocabulary, which we are going to learn it together today, which is statics and survey. Statics, the branch of math that deals with collecting and organizing, interpreting, and presenting data. So this is called statics. And as I said, it's a branch of math that deals with all of these. Survey. Survey, a method of gathering information about a specific group of items or individual. Also, from the vocabularies which we have to know today, the population and sample. Population, the entire group of items or individual being studied. Sample, a part of the population. So if I'm talking about grade 7, all the students in grade 7, so I'm talking about the population. But if I'm talking or nominate one or two from grade 7, so this is a sample to represent the whole. So the sample, a part of population being studied, a representative sample of the population is needed in order to make a valid inference or an accurate prediction based on data. So, the population in this example is all pennies currently in circulation. So we have a circulation and we put pennies on it. So the population means all the pennies. I'll sample 1 penny from each 7th grade student. We have unbiased sample and biased sample. Unbiased sample, a sample that is selected to show that it is representative of the entire population. This is called unbiased sample. And an unbiased sample is selected at a random and is large enough to provide accurate data. So if you want to find the answer for something or prepare a good information, so you have to select a sample, and this sample, it will allow to many people to feel free to say their opinion or to join us to take the decision. So in this case, it will be unbiased sample. But what about biased sample? Biased sample, a sample drawn in such a way that one or more parts of the population are favored over others, which means you are not enough fair enough with all to say their opinion or to feel free to share with their opinion. So this is, it will be biased sample. Let's take an example. A 7th grade homeroom was surveyed to determine how many tests students at Olin Intermediate Middle School send each day. What is the population in this story? The population, it will be all students in the school, because we said at the beginning that we want to know how many text students at Olin International Middle School. So all the students in the school, it will represent the population. What is the sample? The sample, student in the 7th grade homeroom that was surveyed. This one, it will be biased or unbiased. PISed. It will be PISed. One class of 7th grade does not accurately represent all students in the school. Then, if you want to take the decision, represent or it will be belong to all the school, so we have to ask a random students from 7th grade, from 8th grade, from 9th grade, from primary, from KG, because this is something related to the school. So, but if you are going to ask a specific class, so this one, it will be PISed sample. Another question. To track migration patterns of the particular species of bird, scientists randomly tag, realized, and track 50 birds of that species. What is the population? We said populations means whole. So the species of bird being studied. What is the sample? The 50 birds that is scientist tagged. Tagged birds are specially marked birds that are tracked. Scientists use the data on these birds to make generalizations about an entire bird species. Is this PISed or unPISed? It will be unPISed because the birds tagged were randomly selected. He didn't put a specific type of bird, but the 50 birds he chose in random, so he choose a random sample. For this reason, we said that this one is unPISed. Example 3. If you were taking a survey of the different colors of leaves seen in September, which of the following would be unPISed sample? 100 fallen leaves collected from the ground. This one it will be PISed or unPISed? For sure PISed. Why? Because the same color of leaves might fail first. 100 leaves on 3 branches, PISed or unPISed? It will be PISed because the same color of the leaves will come off the tree. We want to choose the right answer here from the choices. I have A, B, C, and D. So take your decision. Which one it will be the correct answer? 50 fallen leaves and 50 leaves on branches. This one it will be unPISed. This gives a mix of leaves that have and have not fallen, and it doesn't specify a certain type of tree. Choice D, 50 fallen oak leaves, 50 oak leaves on branches. This is PISed. Why? Because this only looks at oak leaves, which may not represent all trees in the area. So which question here? It will be unPISed sample. So C, it will be unPISed sample, and it will be the correct answer. Example 4. You want to estimate the number of 7th grade students that walk home right after school in the springtime. Which sample is unPISed? So you want to estimate the number of 7th grade students that walk home right after school in the springtime. Choice A. 3 7th grade students randomly selected in the hallway before homeroom. Is this PISed? Sure, it's PISed because the sample is too small. You want to talk about 7th grade students and you asked already only 3 7th grade students. So this one, it will be PISed because the sample is too small to make an accurate conclusion. Choice B. 7th grade members on the modified track team. PISed. They stay after school for practice in the spring. Choice C. Every 5th, 7th grader walking down the sidewalk after school. PISed. They are already walking home when surveyed. every fifth students from an alphabetical list of the seventh grade. So this one, it will be unbiased. This is represent the population on seventh grade, selected randomly and large enough sample to provide accurate data. So was our lesson today to talk about populations and samples. Thank you for watching.